Hello, welcome to the third episode of Sport Talk, a show where we get the opportunity to sit down with various student athletes and discuss their experiences with the recruiting process, as well as the transition between high school and college athletics. I'm your host, Scott Kiewe. Today, we have the pleasure of introducing sophomore soccer player Elena.
That's me.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Pretty good. So, tell me, where are you from?
I am from Glen Burnie, Maryland, but I went to high school in Fort Meade, just like 20 minutes away from my house.
And you went to Meade High School, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And kind of tell me a little bit about Meade High School, their soccer program and everything else.
So I would say that Meade wasn't top tier in our high school conference for soccer. We were definitely going through a building year when I got onto varsity my sophomore year. My freshman year I was on JV, but I got moved up for playoffs. So I was like pretty pressed about that because I was like, oh yeah, big time. But we had some really, really good players. I think we had probably about 14 seniors on the varsity team, and so they graduated. And then it was like, oh man, like we have to rebuild.
Right.
So I know that the last couple years, like my sophomore year, junior year, senior year, was all about building, which was tough, but I think it taught me a lot about responsibility and being a leader on the team, because I knew like I had a lot of pressure on my back. Like, okay, we lost all these good players, and now we have to, get back to where we were.
Absolutely. So what part of what county is Meade in?
Anne Arundel County.
Okay, and as far as, Anne Arundel County goes, what is the competition level like?
Oh man, we have schools like Severna Park and South River and Arundel who are they breed soccer players, like D1, D2 soccer players. And it's always such good competition. And it's nice when you are in competition like that, I feel like, because it pushes you to be better. And especially like my high school team, it was always like, all right, what can we do to make this team like not whoop us 10-0? But I think that when you're on a team like that, it teaches you a lot about who you are. Like, you have to be strong, you have to persevere. Like, even though you're losing so bad,
Absolutely.
You have to persevere and you have to just get through it.
Would you say that you guys were mostly underdogs?
Yes, 100%. I think that my high school team had a lot of bite, like, to us. Like, we'll play a team, but we'll hit you just as hard.
Absolutely.
Back,
so at what age did you start playing?
Since I could kick a ball. Like, it was the classic. Like, my dad was my first coach, and I would say probably like 4. Yeah, ever since.
And what was your first team that you played on?
Oh, it was Arundel youth soccer, something. It was like I just remember like seeing pictures of like me when I was younger playing, and like my dad's like on the side of the field, and I would like run to my dad like whenever I like get hurt and just like hug his legs and just like, oh, Dad, I can't do this. I was actually a keeper at one point in my life, and then broke my finger and never stepped in the goal again. So
nice.
So
you grew up kind of playing in middle school.
Yes.
And everything else.
Yep.
And so you got to high school,
Mm-hmm.
and how was the adjustment to high school soccer when you first got there?
Definitely hit me in the face like a brick. So I had no idea about like fitness. Like, I had no idea how important that was.
Right.
And we had around my school, it's not there anymore, which kind of sucks, but there are these woods that surround the Bermuda fields. And coach said like, okay, guys, go run a wood line. And I'm like, wood line? What do you mean? Like, what is that? We had to run the wood line across all 3 of the fields, which is like, I want to say like 1.5 miles. And they would make us do 2 sometimes for fitness. That was painful. And it definitely just hit me in the face. Such like a higher level of play, like your fitness has to be there, and it's just all these other components about soccer, like even your mental game, like all of these things that I never knew existed until I got to high school.
Yeah. And tell me more about, so you kind of got a little glimpse of varsity towards the end of your freshman year. And did you play varsity sophomore through senior year?
I did. Yep, I did.
So sophomore year, how big of a change was it?
Well, I went from being on the JV team to like just getting pulled up for playoffs, like in case somebody got hurt, and then I started sophomore year. My high school coach was also my club coach. So I got to spend a lot of time with him and develop really, I think I owe everything to him. He is one of the most influential people in my life. He has changed my game so much, and I think it's because like I spent so much time with him over those like 3 years, and it was in season and off season that I saw him. So I really developed as a player with that, and especially with that responsibility on my back, I had to step up. I had no choice other than to.
And what club team did you play for?
So I played for ASA Magic Elite, and I played with older girls. So we were ASA Magic Elite 97, I think, and I was born 99. So I was playing with girls who were like 2 years older than me, and they were huge. They were so big. But I don't think that you don't get better by playing at just like a regular level. Like you have to step up.
Right. Did you play like all year round and stuff like that too?
Yes, I did. Indoor, futsal, outdoor. Outdoor would just kill me in the spring when there was a game where it was snowing, so like heavily snowing, and we were already too far into the game. We probably had about like 15 minutes left, and it started just torrential like snow just piling on the field, and we just had to play through it. And it's little things like that that I think perfect your game as a player.
Absolutely. So you played club. When did you initially say to yourself, I really want to start to kind of develop and play at the college level?
I think my senior year, I actually left that club team that I played with for so long because I felt like it wasn't challenging me anymore. So I told my coach, I was like, listen, love you, and you have a very special place in my heart, but I think I need to move on to the next level. So I actually went to the Soccer Association of Columbia, and I played a division higher than what I usually did, and I played with girls who are from Howard County, and Howard County is like
top tier
there's
soccer.
nobody,
Absolutely.
there's not a team in Howard County that isn't good. So, and I got a new coach. It was a new style of playing, and yeah, I think that pushed me to say like, hey, like I don't want to stop playing this game. I just want to keep getting better and better and better and better.
So, what schools were you looking into to play soccer at?
Let's see. Where I looked at St. Mary's and I looked at Hood. I didn't know really if I wanted to play because I thought like, oh, I kind of want to focus on academics. I kind of want to, do I really want to play? But I think when I came here, it really, like, I just fell in love.
What was that in love feeling that you got when you were here? What exactly attracted you to
I
Hood?
know that when I'm on campus and like when I'm going to school, I want to feel like I'm on campus. Like I went to Stevenson and I was like, okay, maybe I can play there, but it's like parking lots everywhere. And
Right.
I want somewhere where I can actually like walk around on campus and feel like, okay, I'm walking to class, and it's so beautiful. Just the way that the like little buildings look and everything, and the pergola is so pretty. But yeah, and it's also very welcoming environment. Everyone is so kind, so nice and so kind.
When you came here freshman year, how much of a step was that even from the club program that you were a part of?
Hit me in the face. We have a fitness test called the Manu. I think that the main difference between soccer in high school and soccer at the college level is your fitness level, is your skill. It's a bunch of like mechanics. Like it's the little things that you can do to make yourself a better player. And I think that being on this team has changed my perspective about soccer like so much.
And how's the season been thus far?
I think we're doing very well. We have a solid background of what we lost. I think only 3 seniors last year, so we have pretty much all of these starters except for maybe like 1 or 2 with us. So I think next year we're going to do a lot of like, I have to do a lot of building because we're losing some people, but this year has been excellent. We're 7-2-1 right now, and I think there was like an article that said like it's the best record like in 11 years or something like that.
There was like an 11-game win streak,
yes,
which is a pretty big deal.
We are on the come up, and it's a big deal, and people need to watch out for us.
Absolutely. And as far as academics go, how have you adjusted academically to school? I know this is your sophomore year, so talk more about freshman year and then leading up into this year.
I have a lot to say about freshman year. So my fall semester, my freshman year, I actually like fainted and I got a concussion, and it was really bad, and so I had to leave school. I couldn't, and it was 2 weeks before finals, so I couldn't do anything until March. So I had to take all those tests, like everything I learned 3 months ago again. And hopefully that doesn't happen again this year. But I know that was really hard on me freshman year. And I think that in high school, I was a part of a magnet program, so called IB. It's like International Baccalaureate or whatever, and it's college level classes basically that prepare you for the next level. So I think that coming in, I was pretty well prepared, like for the work rate and the level of whatever's happening. But it's still a struggle. I think that it doesn't get any easier. Absolutely. As you go up, it doesn't get any easier. But this year, I feel very like relaxed, and I feel very like in charge of like what's going on around me. I haven't been too stressed out yet, so. And do you see how that goes? But
do you think being part of a sports team kind of helps you adjust a lot easier to the academic style? I think it definitely gives you a schedule, and it's. You have to keep up, you have to keep up your grade point average so you can play. So, and I think that there's like a level of responsibility also, like kind of like being a student athlete, there's people who look up to you because of that. So it's, you want to keep that image of, I'm good on the field, I'm good off the field too, I'm solid. Academically, what are you thinking about majoring in?
So I've always loved writing and reading, so I'm doing English definitely, and I was thinking for a while, maybe I'll be an English teacher, but all my teachers told me not to be a teacher. So I'm also doing business so that I can get like the more like practical aspects. So maybe I'll do technical writing or something like that, like write manuals and
awesome.
Be boring.
Absolutely. If there's one word to describe your soccer team, what would that word be? It
would definitely be optimistic. Definitely, because we're on the come up.
Awesome.
100%.
Well, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to me.
Always a pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. I want to thank my guest for coming out here today to talk to us. This concludes the episode 3 of Sport Talk. Hope to see you next time.